pussy was a term that I invented on Twitter. But it would be useful to know, to be able to walk up to people who are hearing impaired and just be like, what is it? Let me see. What does it mean? Figure it out, man. Just that? So this is the word for pussy? So if I wanted to call myself Pussyface, I just... You keep the conversation real quick, you're like... Back to you, sir.
Yeah. You guys inspired me to start my own podcast, and to thank you, I drew you a comic splash page I'd like to give you.
You rock, give it to me, man. And while I'm up here before we go, this gentleman brings up an excellent point. Folks, we live in an age where you have a choice now. Oh, this fucking rocks, I'm Batman. Yeah. And Scott is Robin. Thank you. Thanks to the democratization of technology, and probably stolen from Roswell, who knows, we all have the ability to record podcasts. You have a choice now in this day and age. You can be entertained, or you can go out and be entertaining. Now, I assure you, both are fun, and you're capable of either. Some people will tell you need to be talented to do shit like that. I'm living proof that that's not true. What you need to do, everyone's got a laptop, right? What you need to do is find people you love talking to, and I'm not saying do this because it'll make you rich, but it could one day. It could aggregate into your life's work. But do it because it's fun. Sit down with the people you love, just like I would sit down with my friends and we'd sit around and talk about Star Wars like I did with Scott, or fucking comic books with Walter, or whatever, and record those conversations. Throw it up there as a podcast, and then you're in the game. It's one thing to like sit around and be entertained, which is great, and we all love to be entertained, but the age of technology allows you to go out and be equally as entertaining. And ladies and gentlemen, everybody in this room is a unique content generator. Everyone in this room has something to say that nobody can possibly express in the exact same way. That makes you unique. When you enter the movie business, the first thing they try to do and bang out of you is your uniquity. They want you to do what works, things that have been successful before and stuff. That's horseshit, man. That way lies ruin. Honestly, I feel like your best currency in life is your originality, is your story, that story that nobody else can tell. And you don't have to do it with a film anymore. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. When we made Clerks in the beginning, that was, it's $27,000 and stuff, and you had to get a bunch of people together to do it, and you shot over the course of 21 days. Now you can just sit down, jack a microphone into your laptop. We all have a laptop. If you don't have that, you got yourself a smartphone, because you can do it on that as well. And start recording your conversations with your friends. You'll sit there and be like, why? What, am I going to record yet another Star Wars podcast? Yes, why not? There could never be enough. And why not your opinion in a sea of others? Why not your voice? It's not enough to just sit there and be entertained anymore. Get out there and be entertaining. I'll tell you why. It's fun, keeps you young, man. I'm 42, and I don't look great, but I don't look 42. And that's because I've just been playing for a living for the last few years, and full of shit since the beginning. I got lucky with the film thing, but especially lately, man. I sit down with my friends, record a series of different podcasts, and it's wonderful. It's fun in the moment. It's great to save those conversations, try to be funny, get you sharper and stuff like that. The more you do it, the more practice, the better you become at it. But more importantly than anything else, now whenever I'm lonely, whenever I'm just like, oh man, I feel like nobody else gets me, or I'm by myself in this thing, or one day I'm going to die, whenever like the humanity seeps in and you start thinking about, the unenviable ending that we all face, suddenly I go, you know what, I'm going to pop in one of these conversations that I have with my friends, and I get transported back to that moment in time. It's a fantastic gift for yourself. It's a great gift for an audience that maybe doesn't know the world you're coming from. But don't let anybody ever fucking tell you that you can't do something like this. I stand on a stage for you, and we talked about Star Wars, made some jokes and shit, and we had a really good time. But I am not talented. I came from a little town in New Jersey and stuff. I just grew up liking Star Wars, just like all y'all. And one day I was able to turn my passion for Star Wars into something else, one component of something larger. Do the same. Not necessarily just about Star Wars, man, but just get out there, express yourself. You know, it's one thing to hear people express themselves, and I hope you've all enjoyed me expressing myself because I've enjoyed doing it. But go out and express yourselves. You're way more interesting than me, way more fun. You got way more shit to say. Thank you for having me.